Okay, there we go. Took a little bit extra time because I remembered I wanted to get dressed up for this one. Alright, so in the spirit of our cool kid, who is over here with all of his 90s style, I figured I would do the same. Well, let me adjust the window here because it is not in the right spot. But if I move it, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, alright, cool. Now we got it. Let's go look at our friend here and see how close I got to looking like him. Oh, he's wearing green! I kept thinking he was wearing red. Oh well. Oh yeah, I know, he's got a totally different look. But, I mean, I feel like I'm just as 90s in my own way. Okay. Welcome back to what is potentially the final episode of Museum Madness. We have 6 exhibits to go. And then whatever's at the end of this museum. And this crazy virus that we have to defeat. So, let's get into it. Hopefully I sound okay. We'll find out later, I guess. Alright, so we got how big is the universe and rockets and computers to finish up aerospace. Alright, let's get to the penultimate air and space one. Ooh, it's another monitor one. The universe contains everything that exists. In addition to our Earth, the planets in our solar system, and the sun, there are billions of stars that form galaxies, and billions of galaxies spread throughout the trillions of miles. No one knows how large the universe is, but scientists know that it is expanding every day. I think we know the size of the universe now. Anyway, many scientists believe that the universe was formed in a great explosion called the Big Bang billions of years ago. Is it only billions? I think it's at least hundreds of billions, right? Anyway, this looks interesting. A giant TV screen with nothing on it. This must be the Deep Space at Night exhibit. Maybe Mick can give me a clue about what's going on here. What do you got to tell me? This display is supposed to demonstrate the vast size of the universe. It takes you on a simulated journey from our solar system to the edge of the universe. The same computer malfunction that is causing the rest of the museum to go haywire has scrambled this exhibit. If it is not fixed, the main computer program will not be restored to complete working order. Oh wait, I should probably read the plaque first. Can I exit? There we go. This exhibit shows how big the universe really is. Each screen shows a section of the universe, beginning with our solar system. When the screen is activated, the view is expanded to show how that section fits into a much larger section. It is as though you are in a spaceship moving further and further from the Earth toward the edge of the universe. When you reach the edge of space and time, you will start back toward Earth. Press the Activate button to begin the simulation. Oh, I want that Douglas Adams speech about space is big. Really, really big. Like, you may think it's a long way from your house down the street to the drugstore, but let me tell you, that's just peanuts compared to space. Info does nothing. Activate does nothing. What about on? There we go. The Earth and the Moon. The Earth is the part of the universe that we know best. Sure is! The Earth has a diameter of only 12,756 kilometers. When we travel from one place to another on Earth, it may seem that we've traveled far, but compared to the size of even our galaxy, we haven't moved at all. If we travel to the Moon, we've only gone 384,000 kilometers. This may seem like a long way to travel, but it, too, is only a tiny distance of the vast universe. Wouldn't want to have to crawl it on my hands and knees, though. That would take a long time. That's the, much in the same way that if you measure time as amount of time you would not want to be hung upside down by your toes, even a short amount of time is a long time. It's kind of my thinking with that there. But alright, the Earth and the Moon. The Earth-Moon system. Info? It's going to be the same one again? Yep. What about activate? Ooh! It's scramble time. Oop. nice, easy one to warm up with. Nothing like the other ones from last time. No, thank you. No, that's not what I'm looking for. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, there we go. Okay, I just fixed the Earth and the Moon. That wasn't so hard. I wonder what's next. I'll bet it's the solar system. Bzzoo? Yeah. The solar system contains the 9 planets, and our sun within a radius of 11,000. Oh, sorry, not 11,000. Okay, let's see here. Zeros, thousands, millions, 11,800,000,000 kilometers. There we go. This distance is so vast that it takes light more than 17 hours to travel from the sun to the outermost planet, Pluto. Sorry, Pluto. I remember the days when you were a planet. Yet with this seemingly gigantic space, our solar system is a speck of sand in a much larger family of stars called the Milky Way galaxy. Oh, I wish I could remember the Two Skinny J's rap about Pluto being a planet. It was very good. I can remember the opening of the second verse, though, which was... Tell me who you represent. I represent the smallest planet. Attorney in this tourney against those who tried to ban it. If you don't agree, go see Interplanet Janet, because the sun is star, like Pluto is planet. Anyway. What now? Activate? Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. Oh, it's ban time. Excuse me. Where are my mod tools? Sorry I had to draw that up, folks. Hopefully y'all won't see anything about that later. Oh, you can see it up on the screen. Never mind. Can I ban them? Where's the ban command? Ban. There we go. Much better. And it went away from the top of the chat. Excellent. Okay. Sorry I had to do that, folks. What is happening? Okay, here we go. This looks weird. Because I am trying to figure out where lines are for things. I mean, that clearly goes there. We found that corner. That looks like another corner. Yep. Okay, so we've got the corners in line. Man, just using this with the borders is easy enough. Okay. Or Should be, anyway. Nope, that's not it. That looks closer to it. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so it seems like that goes there. That's all wrong. Okay. Well, that should definitely go there. That should go there. That should go there. Let's bring that back to there. Okay, so that's that lower road done. A bunch of this stuff is weird now. That's that better. Okay. Right in the center of the spiral arm, yeah. Well, that clearly doesn't belong there. There we go. This all looks real. Oh. Ah, whoa. Didn't want that. There we go. That took me too long, so I was thinking about the other thing. Alright, solar system done. Bzoom. There's the Milky Way. Our family of stars. Our solar system is a tiny part of a large family of stars called the Milky Way galaxy. The galaxy is shaped like a pinwheel spinning in space. Our solar system is located on one of the spiral arms. The whole galaxy is about 100,000 light years across. A light year is the distance that light travels in 1 year, or about 9.46 trillion kilometers. Although this vast star family is unimaginably large, it is actually a small part of a family of galaxies. Activate. Oh great, now we have to do this one. You know what? I'm not doing myself any favors by wearing these sunglasses, so let's switch back to these. Oh my gosh, I can see. Well, I mean, I can see brightly, you know. Hey. Okay, that's that corner done. Alright, and then, those might actually line up. That's neat. Alright, so the text ones were the easy ones. But we get into star fields, that's when it gets a little trickier. Aha! Okay, so now all the borders are on the right border. We just gotta get them to line up correctly. That looks correct. Those other ones look correct. Now that looks correct, I think. Which just leaves the interior 9. So something isn't right. Ah, there we go. That's tricky. Alright. No wonder I get dizzy. I've been spinning around in the spiral arm of the Milky Way. Let's see what's next. You should see a doctor, kid. If you're just spontaneously getting dizzy. Millions, maybe billions, of galaxies. As vast as the Milky Way may seem, it is just one member of a local family of galaxies that move through the universe together. These galaxies are varied in shape and size, but each one contains millions of stars. Our local galaxies are separated by hundreds of millions of light years, but compared to the distance to the furthest galaxies, they're just around the block. Alright. If I were really smart, which I'm not, I would screen cap that and put it next to it. But as I said, I'm not really smart. Oh, those actually matched up. That's cool. Hard to tell if those match up or not, but... Oh, that does. There you go. Alright, so where's that top right corner? Why am I not seeing the top right? Oh, there it is. Ha. Okay. That looks like a lower one, but not that lower one. Oh, that looks like it matches. That looks like a better fit. Okay, cool. Ba, 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 ba. That matches better. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. So that's the top row done, and the bottom row done, and the left column done, I think. And the right column done, I think. So that just leaves the middle 9. Now it gets trickier. That looks like it matches. That also looks like it matches. Okay. So we're not touching that one because that's in the right spot. Some of the other ones in here can be mixed around. Hey, there we go. Hey, I didn't even know these guys were in my neighborhood. But I guess galaxies have to exist somewhere. Thousands of millions of families of galaxies are spread throughout the universe. These galaxies are filled with millions upon millions of stars. Nonetheless, most of the universe is empty. Scientists estimate that there are galaxies as far away as 15 billion light years from the Milky Way. This may be the edge of the observable universe, or there may be objects beyond these distances that remain undetected by our Earth-bound instruments. I just fixed thousands of millions of galaxies. That has to be worth some bonus points or something. Okay, so it's just letting me zoom back in again. That's cool. Well, now that I don't need these again, I will put the sunglasses back on for effect. There, that puts the good old universe back together again. I'll head back to the main hall to see what else has to be saved. Come on, Mick. Oh, I didn't get to show off my shirt. I like this one a lot. It's my Film Joy shirt. And it says, if you could see, a decidedly un-90s theme of empathy is cool, actually. Which you would never say in the 90s, because the 90s was the age of cynicism. Okay, so 5 left. We have no viewers right now, so it's going to be the least interesting one that I can find. And it's going to be Discovery of Radio, sorry to say. Sorry, Marconi. I might need some batteries in this exhibit. I hope it'd be alright if I borrow them from Mick. Don't you dare, kid. I will cut you. The invention of radio opened the door for global communication. People could now communicate and exchange information at the speed of light without having to be connected by miles of telegraph wires. The invention of radio was the result of the efforts of many people who expanded upon each other's ideas and discoveries. Speak to each of the 4 inventors first. Hertz. Heinrich Hertz, a German physicist, discovered radio waves. He conducted an experiment in 1888 to show that electricity flowing through one circuit could cause a reaction in another circuit across the room that was not connected to the first. His experiment laid the foundation for the invention of radio and other forms of wireless transmission. I've heard about a form of energy that can move through the air without wires. My German accent is terrible. Well, let me try and do a little bit better of a German accent, not quite as much of a caricature. I have heard that Maxwell, a Scottish scientist, has described this energy in a book. I need Maxwell's book in order to complete my experiment. Ah, here we go. Guglielmo Marconi, an Italian inventor, became interested in the possibility of wireless telegraph transmission when he was a teenager. He conducted many experiments in his home. In 1894, when he was only 21 years old, Marconi created a transmitter capable of sending Morse code signals. Wow, what was I doing at 21? Not much. His invention owed much to the work of James Maxwell and Heinrich Hertz, who pioneered the study of electromagnetic radiation. Signore? Signor Marconi. Ooh, there's some Morse code for your modulator there. Da da dit dit dit. Dit da sorry. Da dit da dit. Da dit dit. Da. Sorry, dit. Well, whatever. Nick, what do you got to say about this? Why is he knocked out? I have determined that the invention of radio is in danger of not taking place. The 4 inventors in this exhibit must share their devices to complete the invention. However, the computer virus has scrambled their experiments and their memories. You must help them straighten out their individual experiments and share their devices with each other. I will continue to process the remaining information from this exhibit. Consult me again after you have spoken to the inventors. Can't talk to Marconi yet. Alexander Graham Bell invented the first telephone in 1876. It was the first device that enabled speech to be sent from one location to another. To make the telephone work, Bell had to create the first microphone. The microphone, I didn't think of that. The microphone converted sound waves into electric signals that traveled along a wire to a receiver. A similar device in the receiver reversed the process and changed the signals back into sound waves. Bell's microphone had the same effect on radio that it had on the telegraph. Someone I can talk to. I can transmit clicks but not voices. I've invented a device that I think will... God, Scottish accent is tricky when I don't have a very Scottish thing to say. That I think will work using a diaphragm, but I need a magnet to make the diaphragm move when an electrical charge passes through it. Atrocious, but what can you do? I think I can handle a few juveniles for the weekend. Besides, we've got a pretty low-key day planned. Okay, so these two pieces are clearly up top, but where up top? Well, that goes there. But how can that be if that... Well, that goes there. Oh, I've got this all wrong, I think. That's frustrating. Yeah, let's see if I'm right about this. Hang on. It's looking better. And then we just gotta get these pieces in order. Hey! Confusion's here, alright. Confusion, I'm glad you're here. You missed a thing about how space is really big. Like, really, really, really big. And I did a bunch of puzzles to show how big the universe is. But really, you didn't miss much. Now we're learning about radio. And I'm getting to do a terrible Scottish accent, a terrible Italian accent, a terrible German accent. It's all kinds of fun. Mr. Bell, what do you got? Nothing? Nothing to say to me after I went and fixed that for you? The thanks I get. How dare. Alright, who's this cat? Although Marconi is credited with inventing the radio, he was never able to transmit voices or music with his device. Marconi's radio was actually a wireless telegraph. In 1906, a Canadian immigrant to the U.S., nice Canadian accent coming in, named Reginald Fessenden. What a name! What a name! Reginald Fessenden. Love it. Discovered how to send voices over radio waves. He made the first transmission on December the 24th, 1906. The world has not been the same since. Alright. I'm trying to assemble a device that'll send the voices over the airwaves. It's really hard not to swear because I'm just going to try and do a Shorzy for this, but you know. Yeah, I'm going to need a transmitter, but mine's damaged beyond repair, so, yeah. I'm also going to need something that converts voices to electrical signals, but I'm not sure what the device is. It's a little bit too Midwestern, my Canadian, but like that line is hard to delineate. Okay, well I've talked to all of them. Now I guess we go back. So we've got Reginald Fessenden, what a name, Alexander Graham Bell, Guglielmo Marconi, and Heinrich Hertz. So, an interesting quartet of fellows. Oh, something on the table. What you got for me, Heinrich? Another puzzle? Okay. I mean, like, I'll do it. So those two go together. How many spheres are we talking here? So that's how they make they link together. Okay, cool. But now does that box match? Okay, so those match up, but where? So now we know all of these four. Ah, you can't move things as a group, though. Oh, but we know that this... Yeah, hang on. Yeah. Man, watching somebody else solve puzzles has got to be real exciting. Jeez. I'll try and get through this quick. As quick as I can. Oh, that actually looks like it matches up pretty well. Okay, cool. Alright, where are the other pieces of this box? There we go. That actually might match there. That's interesting. Oop, hang on. Godfishing says, half watching and trying to prep. Doing meal prep. Nice, I need to do that. Big no. That's a big no. Maybe there. Maybe there. Well, that's certainly there, and that's certainly there. That doesn't look like there. All right. Hey, there we go. Now we got it. All right. Ooh, time for quiche. Good combo. Do you do it in the in like a muffin tray and make a whole bunch of little quiche bites? I've wanted to do that for a while. Okay, so the pieces are back together for Hertz's invention, I think. You won't talk to me though. Heinrich, why won't you talk to me? Alright, Guglielmo. What you got for me? Okay, you're doing the whole pie. But mini quiches are adorable. I'm glad we agree. There's a ticker there. Do I get to read it? Yeah, I get it. Morse code. Cool, thanks. Why are there no interactables in this exhibit? What do you want from me? Apparently I just have a radio? That's cool. When did I get that? Can I put batteries? They're not using batteries. What heck? Let me take their things. This is all incredibly rude. Okay. No one will talk to me. No one has any more things for me to fix. I guess it's time to start pulling a knife. Use knife on everything. Okay, I'm only going to use knife on everything for like a second, but I am entertained by the idea. Come on, Alexander Graham Bell, you're a Scotsman. You must have a blade on you somewhere, right? Let's go. Alright, Marconi, you layabout. Get up. Get up. What are you waiting for? No, seriously, what are you waiting for? I can't tell. What do you got for me, Mick? The virus caused a power surge in the computer system in this room. The Marconi's Cyrep circuits were overloaded and he lost consciousness. There is a 90% probability that he can be revived with some form of illumination. He must be brought back to full functioning before you can proceed in this room. Oh, don't even show me flashing the light on him? That's a weird puzzle. Alright. I am trying to invent a wireless telegraph, but my transmitter was destroyed in the power surge that knocked me out. Requiescat in pace. I have a wireless transmitter. Oh, here we go. Now I can look at it. Haha. What did he say he needed? I think I can just click on it, seems. What did he say? Hang on. Marconi and Hertz. Okay, let's see here. Now that Marconi's awake, maybe we can talk to Hertz again. Let's see. Okay, Hertz won't talk to us, but we can now see the thing. And that's cool and all, but... The cybernetic replica of Mr. Hertz has a large gap in his program that prevents him from making a critical discovery. This gap is coded Maxwell. I cannot determine what that means, but Hertz cannot continue until he has this information. He will need your help to find this information, and then he will need more help to complete his experiment. Can I shine the light on you? Can't look in your cupboards. Oh, here we go. I just had to give him the batteries. He's got his little electric circuit working. Neat. Hey, alright. Now we got a power source. Alright, now we can give Marconi the transmitter. You're gonna plug it in? Nah? Okay. What do you got to say about Graham Bell? This room is somewhat puzzling to my analysis. The Bell Syrep should be in another exhibit. He is credited with inventing the telephone, but I can find no connection between him and the invention of the radio. Didn't we just establish this? Oh, whatever. There must be some gap in the data that is preventing me from discovering why he is here. If you discover this information, I predict that you will be able to restore this part of the exhibit. Alright. There are similarities between the data for this room and for that of the Hertz room. I believe the two Syreps are working on similar problems and have similar needs. Fessenden will not be able to complete his radio experiments without devices from the other inventors. Okay, so it seems like he's the last stop. Which makes sense time-wise. What I don't get is what Marconi's missing. Because I gave him the transmitter. He's got the transmitter now. Have to give him something else? Like the radio? Can't give him the batteries. You know what? I don't want to take all day. I'm gonna go ask the Lost Gamer. He knows what's up. Can you talk into the radio? I don't think so. Hang on. Okay, hang on a second. Fessenden needs my radio, okay. And he's got a book by Maxwell. Alright. I feel like we skipped a step in the process of this. Here we go. Let's see here. Maybe it'd be more fun to do Miss Squirrely Dan than Shawazi. So, oh, it's a very interesting devices, but too small to be of any practical values. I'd like to take a closer look, so why don't you borrow one of my books to occupy yourselves and come back later? Yeah, electromagnetic radiation by James Maxwell. In 1864, James Maxwell developed the theory of electromagnetic waves. Hang on, I can't see the chat. 1 second here. Haha, here we go. Back to seeing the chat. Okay. He suggested that electromagnetic radiation is all around us and that waves come in different lengths. We see some wavelengths as light. We feel other wavelengths as heat. He suggested that some wavelengths could carry signals through the air without wires. Wow. People were talking not that long ago on social media about the time that fire was not on the visible light spectrum, and it also wasn't, I think, on the infrared light spectrum. And I'm pretty sure this was at MIT, because there was like flaming hydrogen that was in the air and you couldn't see it. And so people had to walk around with a broom in front of them, and if the broom caught fire, that's how you knew that that you should not go over there, because there's ignited hydrogen in the air. And this is still called the broom method, I believe. And science is wild, so... Oh, he loves his radio. How nice. So, like, the hydrogen fire thing has me wondering, like, was the Hindenburg disaster way more dangerous than we realized? In that there was all that ignited hydrogen in the air, just, like, chilling? Or, you know, burning, I guess, the opposite of chilling? Anyway. Got a book for you, pal. How you like this? This is the book. Oh, hang on a second. This is the book that I'm waiting for. There we go. It's a stupid single line that I tried to do my fucking Till Schwager impression. Yeah, anyway. It has seven settings for optimum comfort, all of which I will gladly show you now. This looks like a silver record, but it's not a silver record, it's a laser disc. Oh, Till Schwager. So good. Is he supposed to give me something? Hang on. Oh. Gone Fishing reports that hydrogen burning is only invisible when it's on its own. When there's other things burning when it's colorful. Okay. Right. Exactly. The skin of the blimp would be absolutely visible. Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering, was there lingering and burning hydrogen in the air that might have been a problem? You know. Can you take the book? No? That's weird. Okay. So what do you need, Marconi? Oh, there's something on the right side of the room to fix in here? Okay, interesting. Here we go. Now there's a clickable object over here that wasn't clickable before. It's the Morse code transmitter, I think. Okay, so I think all of this needs to go up and to the left. There we go. We have to translate that? Oh, I can barely see that. Oh, that's vicious. Oh, this bomb's going off, gang. Because I ain't translating that. Oh, here we go. I've used my new code to translate the message. There we go. It says you will find a magnet in the drawer of the workbench. Take the magnet. It is a very useful electromagnetic device. I wonder if there is a future in this telegraphic communication. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, it was Bell who needed the magnet, right? Well, I have Maxwell's book and the transmitter to give to Bell now. Neither one seems to be enough, but let's see here. Oh wait, the magnet's in the drawer of the workbench. Okay, hang on. Now why was he getting a message about that? That's just very confusing. Here we go, there's the drawer I can open. Okay, good. I just put the magnet in my inventory. Cool. Bell, you needed a magnet, right? I heard him say hello! Was that Watson? Haha! We've got a microphone, we've got a book by Maxwell, we've got a transmitter. It's starting to come together. Oh no! Oh god, Fission, I just saw in the chat there were Hindenburg truthers talking about the fact that hydrogen burns clear. Like, the Hindenburg is a fascinating thing to learn about because, like, I was intrigued to learn how it happened, and it seems like it was mostly came down to a bad bracing wire mount. But yeah, it does not surprise me at all that in this day and age there are Hindenburg truthers who say that hydrogen doesn't burn visibly or what have you. But like, people survived the Hindenburg; they can tell you, right? I'm sure there were crisis actors back then, but whatever. Can only borrow one book and no more. That's fine, thanks. Can I give you the microphone? And the transmitter? And return the book? Oh. Now I got all this stuff. Did he give me a bomb? A lot of them were saying that the hydrogen was perfectly safe. It was the paint that was too flammable. I mean, like... But the hydrogen still ignited. It wasn't just the paint. And either way, like, that can't happen with a helium airship, right? So, I don't know. Oh, man. Hey, here's the 90s for you. It's hard to believe that all this will someday lead to rock radio stations. And then they'll all go away and get replaced by top 40 algorithmically picked songs. And terrible conservative talk radio, where they tell you that the Hindenburg was an inside job. Okay, so 4 left. Godfish, now that you're here, you get to pick one. We've got Rockets and Computers, Ellis Island, which I'm sure will be fun, the Hall of Animal Habitats, or Galileo's Telescope. And I'll give you like, it's like 35 seconds delay or something like that. Okay, the pick is in. It's Ellis Island. Here we go. Yes, Ellis Island. Probably very unproblematic. It will in no way whitewash the, really difficult conditions that immigrant people had to come in through. Oh, wow. Nice. Upgraded today on the laptop. Very good. Okay. Listen to this jaunty tune. It is said that the United States is a country of immigrants. Not by some people, it's not. Between 1870 and 1916, more than 25 million people came to America to make a new life. During the first part of the 20th century, more than 1 million people per year were streaming from Europe to America. The first thing many of these immigrants saw when they entered the United States was the Statue of Liberty. Almost all of them passed through the immigration station on Ellis Island in New York Harbor, including one set of my great-grandparents. During the last decade of the 19th century and the first decade of the 20th century, millions of people crowded on ships bound for America. Most of these immigrants were escaping the overpopulation and hopeless poverty of Southern and Eastern Europe. Many spent all they had to buy a ticket to the United States. Lots of good folks to talk to here. Let's start with this gentleman. You look like you're bound for America. We want to go, but we're not sure how to get a ticket. Ah, you've come to the right place. I just happen to have a spare ticket right here. Is it for sale? Of course it's for sale. Or trade if you don't have the cash. But yeah, you can't make the scene if you don't have the green, kid. Alright, let's see here. I'm not here to chat with you immigrants. Either you have a ticket or you don't. No, that should be the other guy. Here we go. Alright. Generic sea captain sounds like, I'm not here to chat with you immigrants. You either have a ticket or you don't. There we go. Here's our grizzled sea captain. I'm not here to, yeah, you've heard it all before, mate. He just said it. Yeah. Oh, they're all in lockstep, I see. ACAB, all captains are bastards. If you're headed for America, you'll need a few things. Thanks, but all I need is to get on one of these boats. You'll need a ticket. Try the well-dressed man. He usually has a ticket or two for sale. But can I interest you in a new pair of shoes? Or some fine pots and pans first? No thanks. Are you going to America? Alright, what's this dude gonna be? Man, I don't know where this dude's from. Generic somewhere in a UK area. If I can buy a ticket, I hear they're for sale on the dock, but the cost is very dear. You're in luck. I still have one ticket left for America. I know an adventurous person like yourself would do well there, no matter what the cost. How about $1, sir? That's a good start, young fella, but a ticket to America is a valuable thing. Some people spend everything they have to buy passage. I guess that makes you want more, or that means you want more. I knew you were a bright kid when I first saw you. Well, I guess I give him more stuff. How about this fine handkerchief, sir? Oh, we're getting closer to a fair price, but I think I can do better with that fellow over there. Is that all you have? I guess I can come up with a little more. Just robbing this kid. Just gonna give him everything. Oh, the knife's last. He's gonna get the knife. He'll get the knife, Gone Fishing. Keep going, kid. You're on a roll. I'll tell you when you're done. Okay, but this is highway robbery. No, not yet it ain't. A little more now, a little more. You're doing just fine. At this rate, I'm never going to get this ticket. Just a bit more and you'll have passage to the land of plenty. That's good, because I'll need plenty by the time you're done with me. Alright, now how about this? You give me all of that back and everything in your wallet. Or I cut you up. Okay, kid, that's a fair price. Here's your ticket. Use it in good health. I know you're gonna make your fortune in America. I choose to believe that he just gave me everything because I pulled the knife on him. All I know is you're making a fortune right here. Thanks for the ticket, and I hope you have a good time with my stuff. I did not threaten him at knife point, apparently. What a jerk. What do you got to say? I told you before, I'm here to collect tickets and keep those that don't have them off the ship. Don't come back until you have the proper passage. Oh, I have to take the ticket from him. There we go. Does it matter which one to give it to? Ah, that's what I like. An immigrant that knows what he wants. But are you sure this is the ship you want to board? We sail immediately. No, I'm not sure yet. How do I know which one is which? Can you help me? I don't know which boat to board. I heard it's the old boat that sails for America. That's odd. That's what I said. Is it odd because it has a sea captain? Like a pirate captain? Or is it odd because it's the... Well, first and third are both odd. Can you help me decide which boat to board? Well, I hear they all look pretty much alike, but I'm told that one is different from the others. The one that is different from the others is bound for America. They all look different, though. I'll go with Grizzled Sea Captain. Actually, wait a minute. Can I save my game? I can't save my game. Shoot. Oh, whatever. It'll be fun if I lose. It'll be interesting to see where I end up. Do I go to Abu Dhabi? Those clothes look pretty flimsy for where we're going. What do you mean? It's warm in America at this time of year. America? We're bound for Antarctica. I hope you speak Penguin. At least I have all the things I gave my merchant to buy the ticket back in my backpack. I guess he felt sorry for me when he saw me getting on the wrong ship. Maybe I can just jump ship and swim back to the main hall. Something, something, something. But we don't get to see the penguins. What a ripoff. Alright, so we found a fail state. That's always fun. Alright, let's go back to it. So I wonder what makes them odd. Yeah, I agree, Godvision. It'll be interesting to try the other ones too. Alright, first I have to talk to him. Give me all your money, kid, and maybe I'll help you out. But maybe not. You never know. And, oh, he gave everything back because he felt sorry for me. It wasn't, you know, because I threatened to stab him or anything. Give it all back. And your fancy cane and your fancy hat. Hey, it's the same guy. How did he turn into the other guy? That's not even interesting. Conspiracy. Quite so, Godvision. Alright, one more time. Here we go. I think I missed some more dialogue there. Oh well. we've got the ticket. Let's see what this guy says. Yeah, I don't see any signs of it being a different one, but it's clearly the one that's actually right. You got anything to say? No? I guess we just go below decks. Oh my gosh, I think I remember seeing one of my friends play this level. All the steerage passengers must be in the steerage compartment by 8 bells. What's 8 bells? That's when they tell time on a ship. When you hear 8 bells, you must be in the steerage compartment. I better get moving. These guys sound like they mean business. It's a maze like the original one in the entrance to the game. But what can I find here? Anything? It like kind of breaks the 180 rule, but kind of doesn't. It's very weird. Because it just jumps you into each other position and you don't get the effect of the rotation. Oh, there's third class. That doesn't look pleasant. All that work to get into a sardine can? I'll never complain about my room again. Now hear this. We've docked at Ellis Island in New York Harbor. All immigrants disembark through the starboard gangway. That sailor talk means we should leave through the right passage. Can I go back in? Or am I... Okay. Wait. There's a plaque to read. The ships on which the immigrants traveled were small and cramped. Often hundreds of people were packed into the lowest part of the ship, called steerage. In the words of one immigrant, I saw people lying in bunks that were stacked up one on top of the other. The people did not have enough room to sit up in bed. The smell inside was terrible. Yeah, I can't imagine that was... Yikes. No thanks. When the ships docked, the immigrants were taken to Ellis Island, New Jersey. In the Great Registry Room, they were questioned by doctors and immigration officers. Most immigrants passed through Ellis Island within a few hours. However, some unfortunate people were detained for days, and a few were forced to return to Europe because they were deemed unsuitable for entrance to the United States. A few? I don't want to think about how many thousands that was. It was a fun field trip going to see Ellis Island when I was a kid. The best field trip day, or one of the best field trip days in elementary school, and I think middle school as well, was the trip to Liberty Island, Ellis Island, and Liberty Science Center. Because Liberty Science Center absolutely rules. Imagine if, for those who know Boston, imagine if the Children's Museum and the Museum of Science were smashed together into one even bigger museum that also had an OmniMax theater in it. Well, I guess Museum of Science has an OmniMax theater in it, but not as big of a one. But yeah, Liberty Science Center is great. Okay. When the ships docked, the immigrants were taken to Ellis Island. Here, in the Great Registry Room, they were questioned by doctors and immigration officers. Oh my gosh, Count Fission, this is incredible. In 6th grade, you requested a mock Ellis Island where they assigned you each a background and had all the parents who were multilingual yell at you in different languages pretending to be the officials. Oh, that's so good. Like, traumatizing, but great. It was a LARP. Oh, and you got snacks from your assigned background? Alright, that's pretty rad. God, the notion of people being yelled at in, like, I don't know, like, Japanese, Hungarian, Irish, what's another one you would throw in there? Like, I don't know, like Castilian Spanish. Like, oh god, it'd be great. Okay. Time to sound as white as possible. Not hard, that's my normal voice. Welcome to America. Before you can be admitted to the United States, you must demonstrate that you have good eyesight. Sounds reasonable, I think. Okay. So, French, South American, Spanish, and Japanese, and Thai. Ooh, interesting. And a bunch of those are like recognizable enough that you know what language you're being spoken to in, but you have no idea what they're saying. Terrible. Oh, but along similar lines, Confusion, have you ever heard the song Prisen Colin Sinanchuzol by Adriano Celentano? It is also known as the Italian gibberish song. Anyway, I like that song a lot because Adriano Celentano wrote it as a way to try to explain to non-English speakers. Oh yeah, okay, you do know this one, yes. But it's supposed to be what English language songs sound like to non-English speakers. And it's great at that. I'm like, yeah, you feel like you know what they're saying and you can sing along to it, but you have no idea because it's just gibberish. Apparently it's about universal love, though, which is fun. Anyway, so this very white official says, I will show you 3 sets of objects and ask you a question about each set. Answer the questions correctly and you may proceed to the next station. Do you understand these directions? Yes. I vote for the one that doesn't have Florida. That's correct. You definitely have an eye for American trivia. I try to look sharp, if you know what I mean. Who was the other guy that wasn't George Washington? That's 2 out of 3. You passed the eye test. Keep up the good work and you'll see your way through the rest of the tests. You can move on now to the next station. To the next check station. Good luck. You'll need it. Thanks, I'll keep my eyes open. Yeah, I think this may in fact have been too subtle for the youths. You were onto something there, Godvision. But no, it's completely unbiased. It's like standardized testing. When the ships docked, the immigrants were taken to Ellis Island. Here in the Great Register Room, they were questioned by doctors and immigration officers. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. Welcome to America. Oh, I've got my my cop sunglasses on for this. Not really, but it's good enough for that. There, yes, yeah, just as neutral as an IQ test. Perfect. Yes, as neutral as the SATs. Anyway, right. Welcome to America. I see you passed the eye test. That's just a little joke. Oh, I see. You passed the eye test. That's funny. It's what that is. Alright. I hope you don't have a night job in a comedy club. Very funny. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions about America. You answer 2 of them correctly, you can move on. I don't even need you to get the 3rd one. Okay, shoot. Don't say shoot to a cop! Kid, what are you, crazy? Anyway. Do you understand these directions as I have read them to you? Yeah. Which one of these men was not a president of the United States? Oh, that's weird. It says C. B. Franklin. A. Lincoln. Okay. Franklin was too hard of a partier to have been president. Hey, you got that one right, kid. You must have been studying on your way here. You need to answer 1 more to pass the test. Actually, I picked up that little piece of information watching Name That Fact on TV. What? You've been to the American history exhibits now. Oh, whatever. Anyway. Who founded the American Red Cross? Was it Clara Barton? I'm going to assume it was Clara Barton, but I don't know for sure. Booker T. Washington. Interesting. Clara Barton sounds right. Though I may be mixing her up with Clara Maz, who was also a big medical figure once upon a time. Hey, that's 2 out of 3 correct. You've passed the American history test. You can move on to the memory test now. Thanks! I guess studying for Mrs. Clunkle's exams paid off after all. She always said we'd find a use for all that history stuff. Knowing history helps you be an informed citizen and have correct ideas about government. It's why we don't teach history correctly anymore. Oh, it's another cop. And... oh, this one looks different. Let's see here. He looks a little bit John Candy-esque, but I don't know if I can do a John Candy impression. Welcome to America. You must be a good candidate for immigration if you've gotten this far. Thanks, what do we do now? Well, I'm going to ask you 3 questions about the Statue of Liberty. You saw it on your way into New York State Harbor, and you've probably seen pictures of it hundreds of times. Sounds tough, but go ahead. You understand the directions? Yes. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from the United States from what country? France. Oh, you got that one correct. You only need 1 more to pass this test. My John Candy sounds a little bit like Seuss. Anyway. Great. My sister always said I had a memory like an elephant. Or was that the brains of an elephant? Oh well. Bring on the next question. In which hand does the Statue of Liberty hold the torch? Should be the right, right? It'd be wild if it was the left. I mean, maybe it is. I'll feel silly if I get this wrong. Hey, there we go. Your memory's up to the test. You can move on to the English language test now. Thanks, that was a snap. What was I really remembering when I was thinking about the Statue of Liberty? Of course, it was Ghostbusters 2. When Lady Liberty brings the torch down on top of the art museum so that they can get in to beat up Vigo, and Vegma gets to yell up at her, I love it when you roughhouse! It's like the 3rd best Ghostbusters movie, maybe, yeah, I'm gonna say 3rd best Ghostbusters movie, but it is a great New Year's movie. Anyway. Oh, thank you, Godfish, I did not shame my elementary school teachers. It's true. Never went inside the Statue of Liberty on any of those trips. They were rebuilding all the important stuff the year that I went. But... that was when I discovered that the Statue of Liberty was originally like a glorious like copper color, and was not the green that we see today from it being oxidized by the sea. Because in the gift shop, all the little Statue of Liberties were the correct color. Anyway. Hey, it's me again. Welcome to America. You're almost finished, but before we can allow you to immigrate, we must show you that you understand the English language, like we do. This should be a snap. I've spoken it all my life. Aha, you fool! I still get messed up on verb tenses all the time, and I'm a native speaker. I'm going to ask you the definitions of 3 words. If you know 2 of the 3, you can move on. Okay, I'm ready. You understand these directions? Yes, I do. Okay. Many people come to America to escape persecution. What is persecution? Freedom to choose, prison, or harassment because of your beliefs. I wanted there to be one for prosecution. Or perception. Or persuasion. Anyway. Or execution. You can do a lot of them. Anyway. Oh, you know the language pretty well. If I didn't know better, I'd say you've been speaking English all your life. Here's the next question. The U.S. celebrated its centennial in 1876. What's a centennial? Ah, 100th anniversary, the end of a war, and a new beginning all at once. Delightful. Do you understand the concept of England? What do you mean, Americanese? Like we speak, we invented it, clearly. God told it to Jesus in the Bible, and then that's how we all speak it today. That's correct, you passed the last test. Welcome to America. And we have something for you. Hey, you want to buy part of a bridge? The man you bought your ticket from was convicted of cheating immigrants just before he sailed. Really? The captain asked me to give you back all your possessions used to buy your ticket. Least realistic part of the whole thing. Absolutely would not happen. That would be sold at auction. You mean I made it and I get my stuff back? Is this a great country or what? Yeah, the police are your friends and everybody gets their stuff back when stuff like this happens. This is fantasy America. Yeah, they brought his stuff over with him and just didn't tell him until now. Yeah, if they got rejected, they absolutely would not give it back. You're 100% correct, Confusion. There it is. New York City. New York City? I guess I made it to America. For a while there, I thought I'd never get here. This must have been how the original immigrants felt. Yes, this is exactly how they felt. Except for that whole part where they were cramped in on a boat so bad they literally couldn't stand up. And the smell was enough to give them nightmares forever. And a lot of them were turned back for having, you know, un-American-sounding names or not solving BS tests like that. They sure had it tough. Yes, correct. They must have been very determined to come to America. Yes, correct. Now I can head back to the main hall. I wonder what new disaster is waiting. After being examined and questioned and poked and prodded and had their dignity stripped away, immigrants were allowed to continue on their way, usually with Americanized last names. They had to take a ferry from Ellis Island to New York City. This was the last step in a journey that many people had begun many years before. It was the beginning of a new adventure filled with its own hardships and triumphs. We were so naive as children in the 90s. Excuse me. Alright, so that's American history done. And computer science and other hard science done. Now we have aerospace science to do rockets and computers. We have the Hall of Animal Habitats, and we have Galileo's telescope. Oh, okay. Confusion, I'm going to let you pick the next one. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab a refreshment. I'm going to kick it over to the BRB. And I'm back. And I poured for myself a lovely, delightful, delicious, lovely, a lovely nitro milk stout in my Adventure Pub glass. R.I.P. Adventure Pub. There will never be another place quite like it, unfortunately. Okay, let's get back to the action. Pouring out into my gullet for Adventure Pub. Alright, we're doing rockets and computers at the request of Gone Fission. Two inventions have made spaceflight possible. These inventions are the rocket engine and the computer. Rocket engines carry both the fuel they burn and the oxygen necessary to burn the fuel. This makes it possible for them to operate in the vacuum of outer space. Computers make it possible to control the complex mechanisms that guide rockets to their destinations and control spacecraft across the vast distances they travel. I had really hoped that they were going to do more about the fact that computer didn't used to be the title of an object. It was a professional title, an occupational title. And that folks like Katherine Johnson were the original computers that NASA had. But anyway. Hey, this looks like a giant TV that got caught in a lawnmower. But it's obviously a computer display screen. That computer virus must have scrambled it. Same thing happened in my report on aardvarks, but I couldn't convince my teacher that the computer ate my homework. Oh, the days if I had to put my yeah. Saving your report on a floppy disk, I'm going to have that floppy disk get corrupted, and be unusable. The Wild West days of computing. Or home computing, rather. You are correct, though, Gone Fishing. Just 290s for any kind of Hidden Figures type story here. Anyway, maybe I can use these buttons to reprogram the screen. Oh, this is like in the energy one. We just gotta figure out what one of the images is, and then we can get it from there. Oh, that's cool. Why are we starting with Chinese rockets? Huh! Gone Fishing US was the last year that they had floppy disks on the supplies list. Nice. Ah, okay. But did they have zip disks and or jazz disks or anything like that? Like 0506 would have been around the time that flash drives were becoming that new hotness, but I don't know. I still have my first flash drive somewhere from 2005. It's a little Sony one, and it has, I think it's 128 megabytes of storage. Good times. Yup, I remember the days when flash drives were very expensive. Ah, liquid fuel rockets. Oh, hi, Artemisia. Yeah, we started to have zip disks in high school, I remember. And, like, one computer in the entire high school had a jazz drive. But it was for, like, you know, bigger backups and stuff. Zip disks were notoriously unreliable, though, as I recall. And they would make great noises when they would fail on you. Oh my gosh, Gone Fishing. In 8th grade, you sent yourself a flash drive with information on it, and it had 3 pictures. That's beautiful. I'm so happy. Artemisia, they gave you a 256 meg flash drive when you started college? Dang, y'all were ahead of the game. We didn't get that. Although you did go to a more technical school than I did, so. I did a presentation on flash drives in my Principles of Information Systems class sophomore year. That's when I found out about them and got my own for the first time. Ooh, Wernher von Braun's V2 rocket. Wernher von Braun, the Entrapta of World War II, if you will. Don't at me with my hot takes there. Sure, why not? Was it camouflage? 256 megs? Why, that's... I'm trying to think how many minutes... that would be about 250 minutes of MP3 files. So yeah, Count Fission, the hot take was about Wernher von Braun, the Nazi rocket scientist, and I referred to him as the Wernher von Braun was the Entrapta of World War II, much in the same way that Entrapta was the Wernher von Braun of She-Ra, Princesses of Power. She just wanted to make the rockets. She didn't care who for. Okay, now we've got all of them. That's cool. I guess it's just going to cycle through them now. That's fair. Yeah. Count Fission, She-Ra's a lot of fun, and it's a great show. It redeems its characters a little too quick at the end for me, where I was just like, just give me one more scene where at the end of it the restored king is like, ah, yes, and you four, you are all being convicted of war crimes. Because you murdered thousands of innocent people and or were complicit in the murder of thousands of innocent people. And their families deserve justice. Like, even just have the, like, oh, we have our own version of Operation Paperclip and we're going to commute your sentence of these war crimes to be, you work for us now. But nothing. And there's one line at the end of it where one of the characters is just like, are we just okay with this? And I was like, thank you, character. You are me in this moment. Okay, anyway. I guess I haven't lost the knack. When it comes to computer bugs, just call me the Terminator. I'll be back. Alright, this is the Space Shuttle Launch Control Room. It seems to be working just fine, but there must be some problem. Alert, alert. Shuttle launch program malfunction. Automatic launch sequence aborted. Manual override sequence in effect. I knew it was too good to be true. I should have kept my mouth shut. Alert, alert. Space station destruct sequence initiated. Space station will self-destruct in 60 minutes. It's a long time. Sounds like the space station is going to blow up in my face. I hate it when that happens. Maybe I should see if Mick can give me any more information. You're pretty chill about this, dude. I mean, like, I know you have some time, but... What do you got for me, Mick? The history of Rocket's computer display was scrambled by the computer virus. This display is supposed to show 4 important stages in the history of rockets. Of course, Artemisia, of course. You must restore the display by reassembling all 4 pictures. When the display is repaired, it will automatically cycle through all 4 screens. We just did that. What about this one? Rockets are used to launch satellites into space. They can be guided into precise orbits and rendezvous with orbiting satellites, including the Moon. Launching a rocket from the Earth so that it intercepts a satellite may seem like a simple task. Does it? However, hitting a moving target such as a satellite requires planning. In addition, the rotation of the Earth makes the rocket's path curve as it travels toward the satellite. A successful rendezvous in space must take these 2 factors into account. Or are we gonna have to, like, Angry Birds this? Well, it's either the launch control panel or a video game. I wonder what these buttons do. The nice thing about rocket physics is that you can mostly ignore gravity. I like that. The less nice thing is it's just mostly. Mostly. Alright. So, We can adjust the launch angle. Didn't actually let me launch it, okay. Oops, I missed. Oh, this doesn't show up on my test scores. Maybe I should take another look at the way this thing's moving around. Now, when does it launch? Oh, this tells it when to launch. I see. So I just gotta figure out when it's gonna match up. So that time it was around 3:15. Yeah, it's usually around 3:15. See what's happening if we do 3:15. Although now it's gonna be too far away from it. Because I said that, yeah. Oh, almost though. Oh, yeah. Let's try 225 this time. Oh, so close. Let's see here. Let's try it at 0 this time and see how we do. No, it's not going to do it. Ah, nope. Wow, it really hooks to the left, huh? We'll get it. It'll cycle around eventually. Let's do 270 now. No. 315 now, maybe. Let's see. Oh, no. Should have waited till next time to do 315. Oh, so close. That was almost it. I'm gonna try. Oh, maybe 225 this time. We'll see. Oh, that time was too early. Hey, there we go. I don't know if I solved the problem, but I certainly got a lucky break. Okay, so now can we exit? You have saved the launch computer from destroying the exhibit. There is nothing more you can do in this room. Ooh, we get to play asteroids? Hey, this is the Explorer probe control room. The computer glitch must have caused some problem here. I wonder what it is. Alert, alert. The Explorer probe has entered the asteroid belt. Probability of negative encounter with asteroid is 99.9999%. Never tell me the odds. An equation would have been useful out of Artemisia, but sometimes you just gotta shoot from the hip and be a steely-eyed missile man. Anyway. Auto-firing of rockets is disabled. Manual reprogramming of rocket firing sequence required. Something must have wiped out the auto-firing sequence. I wonder what'll happen if the probe isn't reprogrammed. Maybe good old Mick can give me a clue. I mean, I think I know what'll happen. Let's read the plaque. Computers are used to program rockets for deep space exploration. The rocket in this simulation is an exploration satellite traveling through the asteroid belt. The satellite's computer-controlled rockets must be programmed in advance, since it takes radio waves too long to reach the satellite to allow direct control. Radio waves travel at the speed of light, almost 186,000 miles or 300,000 kilometers per second. But the asteroid belt is more than 112 million miles or 180 million kilometers from Earth. A single signal would take more than 10 minutes to reach a satellite in the asteroid belt. Whoa, this looks complicated. I better chill out and read the instructions. It can't be any harder than my last math test. Of course, Einstein would have failed that. Would he have? I mean, it's not physics, but like, he probably knew basic math. Info, here we go. To program the rocket firing sequence, use the up and down arrows to highlight the command step you wish to program. Press the number of the rocket to be fired. Continue until all program steps are complete. So, 1 for up, 3 for left, 4 for right, 2 for down. Okay. To program the rocket firing sequence, then press the send program button. Sorry, when the satellite receives the program, the rockets will fire in the order you programmed. Warning, if the satellite encounters an asteroid, it will be destroyed. Okay. This isn't really that hard. All I do is enter the numbers of the rockets in order to I want them to fire. Then I press the send button and the probe will fire its rockets in the order I've programmed. Okay, the program must contain at least 7 steps before it can be sent. Enter these steps and send. Okay. Fire the left side rocket to get it moved to the right. How does it know when to fire the next one? And how many can we do? And does it accelerate each time I do that? Like, it's very confusing. Assuming not, then it would be, so it's 1 to move here, another to move here, another to move here. So, and then we go up to here, and then up to here. This would be way harder if physics actually were taken into effect. Like if I then had to break and then do it, yeah. But anyway, then we go 1 to the right, 2 to the right, 3 to the right. We go 1 up, then another 1 to the right, then another up, and then another up. Now we're here, and then it's 1 to the left and 1 up. Wait, how do you get there? I'm very confused. How do you get to the X? This would be interesting to see. Oh, wow. Okay, yes. Oh, we do have to worry about acceleration. Okay. Let's see here. So we fire once, we fire twice. Fire one more time to go that way, and we fire up. Oh, okay. So we do have to, okay. I mean, that's still wild, because how do we get there? Oh, we have to, like... Oh, that gets complicated. Because then we have to, like, get a running start and then diagonal it. Alright. See what happens if we do all these steps. This is interesting. There's no wait step, which is really interesting. Because it really feels like there should be a wait step. That did level it out at least. That sent it that way. That sent it that way. Oh, wow! Let's see if that works. This is kind of interesting with this a little bit of physics involved. Oh, still too much. Oh, I wonder if you can get it to just go straight diagonal through all those. That would be a real interesting feat. Ah, nope, that's definitely not right. Hang on. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Front, right. Down. Left. Okay, so that part was right. Hang on. So it's 10. Let's see. Is that the tweak that we needed? Whoop. Seems like it should have worked. Hang on. Where did we go wrong? Let's go all the way back. So I went wrong somewhere. Let's try it again. Here we go. Here we go. Drift it a little bit out of the way. Hey, there we go. Now we got it. All right. Well, that finishes the last program. This exhibit's back to normal, although normal isn't so normal around here, am I right? Wah-ha! I better get back to the main hall to see what other catastrophes need my personal touch. That computer virus sure glitched up the museum. Thank you for the crash and burn emote, Artemisia. I'm just catching up on chat now. Okay. We've only got 2 left. Artemisia, if you want to choose which one we do first, we've got the Hall of Animal Habitats and Galileo's Telescope. Just a second. Okay, Artemisia says habitats. Cool, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, here we go. Animal diversity. Animals live almost everywhere on Earth. However, most animals live in only one type of environment or habitat. Each habitat has a particular type of weather and a unique terrain. Within each habitat, you will find birds, reptiles, mammals, and insects that have adapted to the special conditions of that habitat. Animal interactions. Within their habitats, animals interact with each other in many ways. Some animals prey on others and use them as food. Others have a symbiotic relationship and are useful to each other's survival. Still others are neutral in their relationships. Keeping animals in zoos and museums. In the past, animals were often kept in museums and zoos in groups according to their type. This did not give a good picture of the ways that animals interact with one another, and it often meant that animals were kept in unnatural settings. Modern zoos and museums keep animals in recreations of their natural habitats. The desert seems like a barren place. But I know it's actually the home of many types of animals. But this desert is empty, except for the cacti. Deserts are dry, arid climates that receive less than 10 inches of rainfall annually. They cover about 1/5 of the Earth's surface. Deserts often experience extreme temperature variations. They can be very hot during the daytime and very cold at night. Animals and plants that live in the desert environment must be able to adapt to these extremes as well as to the general scarcity of water. Okay. Can we click on anything? No, that would be too much. Oh. Different info plate. There you go. Some deserts, such as the Sahara in Africa, are covered with sand dunes. Others, such as the diorama of the North American desert in this exhibit, oh, this is the diorama, okay, got it, have primarily rocky terrain. Regardless of their location, deserts are always arid. Mojave Desert doesn't even get highlighted on that map. Oof. As of 2023, it's 33%. F's in chat for our biodiversity. The grassland's usually full of animals. It looks empty without the wildlife that belongs here. Man, this is grim and yet accurate. No mention of the Arctic at all. Yeah, it's almost like they didn't even consider it that. You know, we ignore the Arctic until it disappears, and then suddenly we're like, why did the Arctic go away? Grasslands exist on every continent except Antarctica. They are often rolling plains that cover many square miles. They exist where there is not enough rainfall for many trees to grow, but sufficient rain to allow grasses. Grassland habitats are home to many types of animals. Herds of grazing animals take advantage of the abundance of food. In turn, the herbivores provide food for carnivores that live on the grassy plains. Grasslands have different names on different continents. In North America, they're called the prairies. In South America, they're known as the pampas. In Asia and Europe, they're the steppes. In Africa, grasslands like the one in the diorama are called savannas. However, all grasslands have similar habitats. Bit of an oversimplification there, but we'll roll with it. Okay, we already read that. The trees in the woodland are home to many different animals. Without them, it's just not the same place. Oh, no woodland critters. Woodlands grow in temperate climates on every continent except Antarctica. As their name suggests, they are covered with trees. The trees provide shelter for many forms of animals. The open spaces between the trees are often covered with grasses and other edible plants, which are important for grazing animals. They require a mild climate and ample rainfall. Woodlands are located in regions where the seasons change. Animals that live in woodlands are diverse and must adapt to seasonal changes in weather conditions. What friggin' Silent Spring are we looking at with all of this? This is wild. Oh, hang on. Woodlands once covered much of Europe and the eastern portion of North America. Many woodland areas have been cleared for farming and industrial development. This has displaced many woodland animals. However, stretches of woodland habitat can still be found on every continent except Antarctica. We're doing our best to get rid of them all. Capitalism. The rainforest is a very fragile place. Without the animals, it's also a very lonely place. It's wild to imagine a silent rainforest, holy jeez. Rainforests are dense stretches of vegetation found near the equator. As their name implies, rainfall is abundant. Trees grow close together. Generally warm and humid, this environment is home to more types of animals than any other habitat on Earth. Although rainforest trees often grow to more than 100 feet tall, the soil in which they grow is usually poor in nutrients. Animals adapted to the rainforest live primarily in the trees. Yeah, horror movie setting. Very, The Happening, I guess, would be the horror movie that I'm thinking of for that. The largest rainforest is in the Amazon River Basin in South America. It contains over half of the world's rainforest habitat. I wonder if that's still true. Other rainforests exist in Africa, Asia, and Australia. I mean, are there any trees left in Australia after those fires? Rainforests are an important source of carbon dioxide for the world's atmosphere. They were, once. No, I mean, they still are. There's just less of them now. God, fission, yeah, the subgenre of sci-fi of We Left the Earth and Returned, and it's weird now. Oh, I'm so mad Battlestar Galactica didn't do the thing I mistook them for doing. Quick side jag. Once upon a time, I had fallen off of watching Battlestar Galactica while it was still airing, and I came back for what I thought was the series finale, but was in fact the mid-season finale of the final season. So, spoilers for the mid-season finale. It's when they arrive on the planet that they believe is Earth, only to find that it's completely destroyed by nuclear war, and it's nothing but a dead, charred rock. And they sit there and they're just like, there's nothing left. Everything we've worked for is gone. And I was like, what a perfect ending. What a ballsy ending, but a perfect ending. Because now it's just them and the Cylons, and they have to figure out how to make it work. But no, we didn't get that, did we? We got something way more nonsense. Anyway. Confusion, I'm glad you agree with me. Oh, it's a shame they never made any new episodes after they spotted New Caprica. Yeah, that was, what's it called? It's a shame Ronald D. Moore and David Icke got into that unfortunate bus accident that also had M. Night Shyamalan in it, so we never got to see what his Avatar: The Last Airbender movie was going to be like. Shame about that. Alright, Mitt, you gotta talk to me here. What are we doing? The virus caused the main computer to return the animals from these habitats to the sterile holding pens in the basement. What? They must be restored to their native environments as soon as possible in order for them to thrive. My calculations have determined that you can return the animals using the cart. Unfortunately, the main computer has imposed some restrictions on its use. I'm losing the voice. Alright, gotta think Dr. Spatesville. You may carry only one animal from each habitat on the cart at a time, and you must return all of the animals in only 8 trips. Oh god, it's the wolf, the chicken, and the feed. Oh no. So where's the cart? The weird patches on the floor aren't just visual artifacts? Interesting. Oh, you're right, there's a down arrow. We never get a down arrow. What? That's wild. The basement holding pens are not a good place for animals. You must return them to their environments. The cart holds 4 animals at a time. But the computer will only let you put one animal from each habitat on the cart at any one time. In addition, some animals will not ride together because they are incompatible. What? So this is all 16 animals, okay. It's like a little prairie mouse? I'm gonna assume that's a prairie mouse. The spider and the jerboa just hate each other. Nice, I like it. It's not like a predator thing. They're just, yeah, there's just bad blood. Alright. Alright, I feel like the owl and the mouse probably can't go together. That would be weird. The mouse and the monkey are probably fine, I would assume. Hang on. Probably neither. So the snake would try and eat the mouse and the monkey would fight the snake, and I'm here for watching that nonsense happen. I feel like we can get one of the bugs. And then... what the heck is that? Nope. Oh, hang on, what did it say? There's a desert animal already on the cart. Okay, cool. There's a rainforest animal on the cart already. Okay, cool. Will it let me bring the snake? Is there, yeah, okay. Rainforest animal is also snake, okay. The frog is, well, okay, hang on. Frog is a woodland animal, okay. So we've got desert, woodland, and rainforest. That means we need, yeah, plains. Monkeys hiding in trees are no match for a leopard on the prowl. They will not ride in the same wagon. Okay. Okay, the owl is a desert animal. Interesting. Okay. The kangaroo rat's afraid of the ostrich. They can't ride together. Okay. I'm doing this a very inefficient way. Aha! Okay, I got 4. Here we go. Let's see how this does. Ah, if you get 8 trips, you will need to get 3 on each. That's probably going to become relevant soon. Yeah, fair. Okay. Excellent. Little prairie mouse, or no, desert mouse, I guess, whatever. Cool. Oh, it's like one of them scary moths that you're not supposed to let eat all the trees. Awesome. Yeah, here I was thinking I had to do it in 4 trips, but that's not the case. else can we get with the ostrich? Oh, they're both from the grasslands, okay. Oh, what did that say? Spider is also for the grasslands, okay. What about this spider? That's a desert spider, okay. Aha! The music is very jaunty. You are correct, Godvision. All right. What happens if I get it wrong? Oh, hang on. Because I'm pretty sure I know the other two. The deer is a woodland creature. Majestic as it may be. Man, it's already 11:15. I didn't intend it to go this long. I also didn't intend for it to take this long, but here we are. We're in for this now. I guess the animal didn't belong here. Hope it finds its way home. Oh, if you get it wrong, it goes back. No wonder you have 8 trips. Okay. For some reason I thought ostriches were in more desert climes. I guess because I kept thinking of them as being in Australia? I don't know. Can you tell I didn't do a lot of studying in the zoology section of freshman year bio? I am thinking of their cousin, the noble emu, and the terrifying cassowary. Okay. One of these birds is a rainforest bird. It's probably that one. Insects are a favorite woodpecker treat. These two creatures must be kept separated. Okay. I assume this cat's gonna eat all the birds ever. No! Wow, okay. Ostrich is native to Africa. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. Now, as we learned, it's a desert owl, right? That was the whole thing? Yeah, alright. Yeah. There's our big spotty boy. Woodpecker would go to the place with the best trees. And that leaves our toucan, or whatever this is. Yeah! There's a toucan. Alright, 2 more trips and we got it. Hopefully. Although I guess some of these, more than one of these is rainforest. Lolling around the lily pond is a great place for a frog to catch an occasional butterfly or other insect. It's better not to take a chance with these two. Okay, spiders and ants are mortal enemies. Okay, interesting. They'll have to go separately. Animals from the same habitat cannot ride together, so... Oh, he'd still go for the butterfly, or the other insect, I guess. We can take all three of these together, and we can take those two together, hopefully. Toucans have small heads, but big bills. Okay. So the snake is a desert animal. All right. Now, judging by the cutaway there, I'm going to say the ants are here. Well, okay, we'll do butterfly and rainforest for sure. But my indication is that we're seeing the underground there because we're going to show the ants there. So we'll find out. Because again, there's ants that live all over the place, so... Oh, dang. Godfish and king... Snakes with king in the name eat other snakes, huh? Dang. Well, the woodpeckers are in the woodlands, so then it would have to be the plains slash the prairie for this thing. Yeah, there we go. This is how you get ants. Fantastic. There we go. Alright, you two. Onto the bus. I think that spider is a desert spider. This certainly looks like a rainforest tree frog. Oh, dang, I was wrong. It's not? Okay. Well, neither of those were rainforest? Man, I messed up. That's silly me. Okay, so the frog clearly is in the woodlands, because it's the only place with a body of water. So I guess that makes the tarantula the desert? Let's find out. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah! Do your thing, little guy. Well, I mean, like, okay, there is a body of water over there. Oh, 4 animals per exhibit. Right, right, right. Yes, thank you, Artemisia. Good eye. I'd forgotten about that. That's the last one. Now all 4 habitats are back to normal. Sure makes me feel good that I got those animals back home. And speaking of getting back home, if I'm ever going to go home myself, I have to solve the rest of this museum mystery business. I'm going to go back to the main hall to check out the next disaster. The next and final disaster. Galileo's telescope. Here we go. Many new inventions, scientific discoveries, and explorations were made between 1450 and 1600. Oh, shoot. Missed the rest of it. Oh well. While this idea had been proposed by the ancient Greeks, it was not until the scientist Galileo used a telescope to confirm this fact that it became widely accepted. It wasn't just that, he also had mathematical formulae to confirm it, but Galileo's observations opened the door for many other discoveries that followed, but Galileo's discovery was only possible because of the work of other inventors and scientists earlier in the Age of Discovery. There is a boss after I solve all the exhibits. I actually have to take down the virus. Did you see that? If your head had not been in the way, that orange and pea would have hit the floor at the same time. Galileo, yep. There we go. Yes, and you're a very lucky person. I know, and it's not everyone who gets to meet someone as famous as you. No, he's Italian. He should sound Italian. Well, thank you, but I was just thinking yesterday that I was testing a fruit called the watermelon. It's a good thing you did not arrive then. Galileo was called the father of modern science. He developed many inventions, including the thermometer. He disproved the commonly held belief that heavier objects fall faster than lighter ones, and more importantly, he proved that the Polish astronomer Copernicus was right when he said that the sun, not the Earth, is the center of the solar system. Many of his experiments and discoveries took place in his workshop at the University of Padua in Italy. Yeah, the church was real bent out of shape about it, and, they might have killed him if it weren't for his niece becoming a nun. Sister Maria Celeste, who took her Bride of Christ name specifically in honor of the stars. Alright, let's see here. I watched a documentary about Galileo once as a kid. I remembered one fact from it. Yeah, we just said that. Here we go. Ah yes, I see you're still here. Are you a new student? Sort of. I'm a student of astronomy, student of the game, you might say, and I thought you were making observations of the movements of the planets. I'd hoped you would show me your telescope. I am afraid I cannot. I do not have the proper equipment to build a telescope. I have not studied astronomical writings in a long time. Besides, gravity is much more fun, and I have been inventing a thermoscope also. Gravity's great as long as you're not under the ladder, but discovering how the planets move is very important too. I suppose I could spend time on astronomy now that my thermoscope is finished, but you would have to find some writings to refresh my memory before I could begin. Sure, let's do that. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in 1450 made books available to the general public for the first time. More people learned to read, and many books were printed during the 15th century. The demand for books and other printed materials caused the construction of libraries in many towns and cities. Although much smaller than today's libraries, they were open to the public and gave more and more people access to knowledge. That's a cool looking door. We're looking for books or other writings about astronomy. Can you help us? Astronomy? Hang on. Do I want this person to sound German? No, I don't think it's specifically. Anyway. Astronomy? We don't have many requests for that subject. All astronomical writings are on the shelf near the globe. Where's the globe? Through there, but be careful. People have been known to get lost for days in the book stacks. That's not great. Oh, it's maze time, kids. Yep. That's true. Mass production also changed the game when it became easier for books to be printed in that way. Ooh. I like that it's got the same carpet. Hello, bust. What's your deal? There's the book behind that book. Can I take one of those? I don't know what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's a bust of Shakespeare, but I can't lift the neck up and hit a switch in order to go down the bat hole, unfortunately. Oh, that's an interesting reference, Artemisia, the Globe, as in the Globe Theater. I think that's too high-minded for this, though. This is like a map and then a spindle thing on it? Okay, I guess. Are those spools of yarn? And they look like, right? Bird! Yeah, thread, I'm sorry, not yarn. Ah, an ornithopter or something. Anything this way? No. Bat in the library! Oh, not so. Not so this time. Ah, and loot. Yeah, no. Friend-shaped, but not friend, got vision. Well, not better for the bats. Aha! And globe. God, I can imagine, like, getting this one and the Ellis Island one as your first two after doing the intro maze and just being like, it's all mazes. It's mazes all the way down. Ah, there's the question, Artemisia. Can we get back out? I think I'm doing a good job getting closer to getting back out. Yeah, there's the door. I see you found what you wanted. Usually it takes people a day or two to emerge from that far back in the book maze. You made it in record time. Did you see the skeleton? That person never came out. Oh, suddenly he's become Jesse, or James from Team Rocket. Anyway. Thanks, I hope he's kidding about the skeleton. That's terrifying, if not. Hey, here's a book on Copernicus. This seems interesting. Give me a few minutes to look it over. Why don't you try the pendulum while you wait? I think it can be used to time things. I just take the thermometer. It is a device for measuring the temperature that I invented. I call it a thermoscope. As the air in the glass tube gets colder, it shrinks. The liquid rises to fill the space, and you can tell what temperature it is. That's cool. Or is it hot? I guess it's both. Why don't you take the thermoscope with you? I owe you that much in your participation in my gravity experiment. You can take the orange also if you like. I'm moving on to vegetables. Sure. This is very interesting. You can find the plans and materials for a telescope. I will build one. That's great. You need the plans. And what materials do you need? You will have to figure that out on your own. Bring everything to me and I will build the telescope. Why can't you just say? I'm afraid we only allow one book per customer every 2 weeks. You cannot borrow anything else at this time. We still don't have any fines to pay. But can I bring the book back? Is he done with it? No, he's not done with it. Okay. I can relate. I've got library books I'm still reading. Hans Lippershey, a scientist from Holland, designed the first telescope. It used 2 lenses at the end of a narrow tube. His instrument was called a refracting telescope because light entered through one lens and was bent or refracted through the lens of the other end. Lippershey's invention was possible because craftsmen in the Netherlands had refined the process of lens making so that lenses and spectacles were now much easier to obtain and much less expensive than before. Once Lippershey published the plans for his telescope, many scientists throughout Europe made copies and began to observe the planets and stars at close range. I had nothing to do but talk to this person. Is this Lippershey? Oh, I cannot do a Dutch accent. Excellent, an apprentice. I've been waiting for you to arrive. I have a little problem for you to solve. Nonsense, don't be shy. Just take a look at the problem. Maybe you can be of some help. Okay, I guess it can't hurt to take a look. Study the drawing on the chalkboard. I'm trying to design a new telescope, but I cannot decide which plan works best. You see the problem? Everything is upside down when you look through the lens. The light goes into the lens. It's bent by the curved surface and comes out the other side. But what was on top is on the bottom. What was on the bottom is on the top. I'm designing a new telescope with many lenses. I want the image to come out right side up. I cannot decide which design I should use. Look at the chalkboard again and select which design gives me an upright image. That sounds complicated, but I'll scope it out if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Okay, so this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if it goes in to 1, it crosses. 2 is back even. 3 it crosses. 4 is back even. 5 it crosses. 6 is back even. 7 it crosses. 8 is back even. Yep, even numbers indeed. So it's going to be number 1. Ah, that's correct. Now I can complete my telescope design. Why don't you take these telescope plans with you? You may be able to refine them even more. Thanks, Mr. Lippershey. I'll be seeing you. Will you even? This is a good start, but I will need much more before I can construct a working telescope. I knew it was too easy. Back to the grind. I don't think you have everything we need. Come back when you have everything. Wow, I don't know what that noise was, Mick. There's something after Lippershey? Is there a 4th room? There is. Uh-huh. Throughout Europe, many craftsmen and craftswomen refined their skills. They created goods ranging from candles to armor that were of much higher quality than any previously made. Some towns had as many as 30 different crafts working at once. Many crafts involved men only. Weaving and spinning were among those who were open to women. Local craftsmen often sold their wares in stalls along a main street. Although money was used by many people to buy goods, others bartered, trading one thing for another. Ah yes, it's trading time. Welcome. I see you appreciate beauty. In my shop, I weave some of the most beautiful handkerchiefs, tablecloths, and scarves in the region. This stuff is really cool, but I don't have any money to buy it with. That's too bad. The work is time-consuming, and I often have no time to eat and little money to buy food. Come back if you change your mind. Ah, I see you have something to barter. This fruit is very rare, and it tastes great. Do you want to trade it for something? Aw. Gone Fishing, I'm sorry that you're not going to see the thrilling conclusion, but I hope that you have a good night, get some rest, and if you did not stretch already, remember to stretch. So, anyway, it's just an orange, but now that you've eaten it, I guess I have no choice. What do I have? Or, sorry, what do you have? Take this handkerchief. It's an example of my finest workmanship. Sounds fair to me. Thanks. Greetings and welcome to the finest candle shop in town. We have candles of all prices and varieties. Would you like to buy or trade something for one of my fine waxworks? I'm not sure I need a candle. I'm trying to help solve a mystery. Shedding light on things is my specialty. I work here all day and often come home late at night. But in spite of my hard work, I am poor and cannot buy the finer things in life. Come back if you change your mind. Let's see what else that person might need. This metal shop produces the finest metal tubing and other metal crafts. If you're interested in anything here, we can barter. But be quick, I have an order to fill for the university. They're in need of scientific instruments. So that's what I clearly want. But I'm afraid I don't have time to talk now. Why are you a wizard? I'm trying to finish the lenses for this pair of spectacles. I know if I only had a little more light, I could finish in no time. It's too dark for me to see what that is. Okay. So. Oh, you already have a flashlight, do you? Okay. You wanted the finer things in life. I have this fine lace handkerchief. Thanks. Now that's what I call a fine piece of workmanship. Take this candle in exchange. It's my best work and will illuminate even the darkest corner. Ah, that's what I needed. Now I have enough light to make more spectacles. Here, take these. Okay. Can I give him the thermoscope? Would you trade some tubing for this instrument? It measures the temperature of the air. Anyone with common sense knows if it's cold or hot, but the professors at the university will pay a good price for this device. Take this tubing in exchange. Hope it's not the tubing you were going to sell them. Anyway. Let's see if that's enough junk. Thank you, but I don't think you have everything you need. Keep looking, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it, thanks. Oh, I do also have the lenses. This is all I need to make the telescope. I'll get started right away. Why don't you try the pendulum again to pass the time while I work? No, not the pendulum, anything but that. It's fine. Why are you being weird, kid? Take a look at this telescope. It is a beauty, don't you think? I can hardly wait to try it out. It's amazing how you put it together with just a few parts. I'm glad we could help out. I'm going to the roof so I can get a good view of the stars. Don't get confused and try a gravity experiment by mistake. Yikes, morbid. Okay. I think that solves Galileo's problem. Now he can discover that the Earth is not the center of the universe. Wish my older sister could discover that she is in the center of the universe. It also solves the mystery in this exhibit. Galileo just needed a little help from the right person. Now I better go back to the main hall and see what other catastrophes are waiting to be repaired. It's time. It's time. I think that was the last exhibit. Something's different about this place. I think something's missing. This looks like a blank tape. I wonder if it has anything interesting on it. Can I play the tape? The tape recorders are still here. Can I just take one? What gives? Hang on a second. Because we're entering the serious business finale. Let's get serious. Okay, it won't let me... Like, I can click on it with a knife, but it won't let me do anything with it. Weird. Apparently this is a thing that stymies a lot of people, though. So I can definitely click on it with the knife, but I can't click on it with the tape. But once I click on it with the knife... Ah, here we go. Now I can switch to the tape. Bingo. Now that you have defeated the virus in all of the exhibits, the computer system should be functioning normally. I made this tape to congratulate you and left it in the main hall before we went to the last exhibit. I knew you would find it and discover how to play it. That was a simple test after all of the things you have done to repair the exhibits. I have gone to the workshop in the basement to make final adjustments to the computer system. There is no need for you to follow me there. You can return to your computer at home. I can make the final programming changes to the main computer without your assistance. That's weird. Why would Mick tell me to go home after after all I've done to fix the museum and not even be here to say goodbye? He didn't even say thank you. I think I should follow him and see what's going on. This looks familiar. I think it's where I came in. Looks like one of those cards that opens the doors to the storerooms. Didn't I just pick it up? No, I didn't. Okay, that's weird. This card must open one of the doors, but it isn't marked like the others when I first entered. Just say unmarked card. Card to the workshop. So it is marked. You're just being a brat. That's fine, I get it. So it started with this maze, and it comes back to this maze. It comes down to this. A museum and madness. I have no idea if this is the right way or not. Workshop. Hey, here we go. Got it in one. I remember seeing the sign for the workshop before, not knowing what happened with it. Well, that's more like it. I knew we were working one of these doors. Now what's inside this place? It looks a little spooky in there. This must be the workshop that Mick talked about in his tape. But where is he? My God, Mick, what have they done to you? Whoa, Mick, you don't look well. You must have blown a circuit or something. Well, that's an understatement. It looks like you went through a food processor. I wonder if I can put you back together again. I feel a little... Yeah, we know. But come on, kid, it's a puzzle. You've been doing them all day. Interesting that that doesn't slot right in. There's like another piece missing. Alright, we got all that there. That's good. Hang on. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay. It's definitely an arm. And that's an arm. Move those over. There's that piece there. And those pieces definitely go together. And how they connect to these other pieces I'm yet to figure out. So spiny, these pieces. Oh, this one looks weird. This one's like hard to see. And I'm really figuring out how it has. Well, anyway, hang on. So that almost certainly connects there. That connects there. That connects there. Oh, that looks like it connects there. That connects there. Oh, that connects there. Huh. Perfect. There you go. Oh, shoot. Excuse me, folks. Hello? What's going on? Okay. What is your request? In about 10 minutes when I'm done with my stream, yes. Yep, it's the finale. I'm finishing Museum Madness for the first time in my life, so. Alright, bye. Sorry about that. Had to take a call, but we should be good now. Here we go. Haha, mixed back. That's more like it, old buddy. Now you look normal again. Well, if you ever look normal, don't be rude. Nick, what happened? What did you see? Who did this to you? Ah, now the diabolical virus mastermind causing all of it. What? What is happening? AH. Oh, American history, world history, something or other. Science. Aerospace? Aeroscience technology? I don't know what NH is there. You must select a node that is connected to one the virus currently occupies. You didn't tell me what to do. What does Neolithic mean? It means New Stone Age, doesn't it? Oh shoot, did I lose it? How much matter is contained in the universe? All of the matter that exists. There is no matter outside of the universe. Does ocean life exist 3,000 feet below the surface? Yeah, absolutely does. Hey! Is that all we needed to do? That's kind of anticlimactic if it was. You did it. You trapped the virus and caused it to self-destruct. It's all in a day's work. I guess I can go home now and finish my homework. Somehow history and science are never going to be the same. Oh, and it just boots you out. There's not even credits. Yeah, oh, it certainly would move through if you got it wrong, I'm sure, Artemisia, and it becomes harder because you have to box it in and stuff. But like, I waited almost, how many years? Hang on. I waited almost 30 years. Well, no, 90, because I didn't play it in 94. I played it in 96 and 97. So, like, I waited a long time for that. And that's all we get. Yeah, no, 28 years or so, something like that. That's all we get. But in the end, it was the knowledge we learned and the problematic examinations of subjects that are much more sensitive than the game implies along the way. That was really where the magic was. Gosh. Okay, well, I guess that's it. That's it for Museum Madness Mondays. Stay tuned next week for me tackling yet another game from my personal history that I have yet to beat. It's probably going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 with copious use of save states, so I can finally get through that damn dam. And we'll see what else I have in store after that. So, heck of a soundtrack coming up, at least. All right. Thank you, Gonfish, thank you, Artemisia, for sticking it out. I'll try and make just the ending available as a clip. And, yeah, I guess that's it. Remember, check your facts, support your local library, wash your hands, and don't click on any suspicious emails. I don't know. Those are my advice to you for tonight. Good night.